Hi, I'm Jocelyn. Welcome once again to Fast Easy Vegan. So today, as usual, we're working out of the book, Fast Easy Vegan, which you can find on Amazon. And we're working on page 424. That is hash 1. Now, I've done a vegetable hash with you guys before, but this one's a little bit different. And I love hash because it's basically a dry stew. It's one of those clean out the fridge dishes that you can just chop stuff up in whatever amounts you want until you have enough of pile of food and put whatever sauce you want on it. And actually, I created this, it sounds like bragging, maybe it is, this amazing salsa last night that is going on top of this stew. Hash. In fact, it's good enough to share with you guys, which I will do soon. I promise. Next batch I make, I will video with you. So anyway, back to the hash. So, as recipes, my recipes are no different, are basically written for 4 people, and there are 2 in my household. I cut them down according to my preferences. So here it says 4 large russet potatoes in the cookbook. I cut that in half. It says 2 onions. We're only using 1. It says 2 carrots. We're only using 1. It says 1 red bell pepper, and I think I'll use up the whole thing because otherwise there's going to be that sad, lonely little half a pepper kicking around the refrigerator. So let's get rolling on getting these 3 ingredients, onion, pepper, carrot, into the pan. Now I've pre-cooked the potatoes. The recipe suggests you boil your potatoes before they go into the pan. And yes, do that, or you'll be crunching down on potatoes, and that would just be wrong. Okay. You know, sometimes I get so excited about what I'm sharing with you, I'm sure you've noticed, that I forget to check to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. I guess it's just who I am. That's a nice fat carrot. And I'm just going to slice it into medallions, kind of thin. I like everything to cook evenly. And a lot of times it's just guesswork, you know. Yum. So I don't know where you are, but here in Northern California, the light is shifting. It's been chilly for days. We're still going to have hot weather ahead of us. But for now, it's just nice to know that fall is on the way. I love sweaters. Bell peppers, all peppers are pretty easy to clean. Just pull the end out, strip the membranes off, and Bob's your uncle, whatever that's supposed to mean. Okay. I'm going to do these in chunks so that you can really kind of get a bite of the flavor of them. I like bell peppers a lot, but not all the time. Funny that way. Okay, and once these get into the pan, I'll show you my tofu gadget. I've shown it to you before, but it's so good. It does such a better job of pressing than anything I've ever used. And I really like dense tofu. It's nice and chewy, it doesn't fall apart. Okay, I just turned the oven on, the stove, sorry. And we're just gonna slide this stuff in. And let it cook a bit. The other ingredients here, we want 1/3 cup of vegetable broth. Whoa, there we go. Whoop, hello. Almost lost you. 1/3 cup of vegetable broth, a brick of tofu, extra firm, and it calls for 2 cans of mock duck meat. You get this stuff in Asian markets. It's pure wheat gluten, so if you're sensitive to gluten, this is not your ingredient, but it's so, so good. It's one of those dishes that has been circulating in Asia for hundreds and hundreds of years. All those cool monks who don't eat meat, love them. And yeah, so it's part of our diet. And 1/2 teaspoon of dried marjoram and 1/2 teaspoon of fennel seed, which I'm going to put in the pan right now. Okay, and let me show you this, my cool tofu press. It's here. It is Tofuture is what it's called. And it has the drain bucket, the draining bucket. Then you put your tofu in there and you hook it on to whichever peg you want, and it requires sometimes a little bit of muscle. And then you go like that, and it really squeezes it down, and almost instantly you'll be pouring a bunch of liquid down the sink. It's so good. So I've cut this in half lengthwise, and I'm just going to make cubes. Yeah, it's really dense and lovely, this stuff. All right, that's ready. Now, let's look at this weird mock meat here. You can see it. So this is mock duck. I actually prefer mock chicken because it's juicier, but they were out of it. I guess everybody's on to the mock chicken. Not that this is bad, the flavor is delicious. All right, now I'm just shredding it up into bite-sized bits, and it just adds interest, you know, texture and flavor-wise. Just another little bit of interest there. All right, let's go walk over here and see what our pan is doing. What I'm going to do, I think, is put the mock duck in here now. I'm going to save the potatoes, which are draining, because I cooked them, until the last minute. And I'm going to add some liquid so I can cover it and let it simmer. It was probably more than 1/3 cup, but hey, I'm wild like that. All right, yeah, I'm going to turn this down to simmer. And in a few minutes, when everything's pretty much cooked, we're gonna add in the potatoes and the tofu, and we'll take a look. Well, things really cooked quickly, so let's add the potatoes and the tofu. The carrots are done. Here are my 2 potatoes that I frankly overcooked, but it doesn't matter because it's hash. It doesn't have to be perfectly everything. And then we'll just scoop the tofu in. We're gonna blend this up, mix it up. It probably would have made more sense to just use a half a tofu brick since I was having the recipe. But again, there would be that half a tofu brick kicking around in the refrigerator. And I really am liking tofu these days a lot. So there you have it. And this will go back under cover for about 2 minutes to heat up more quickly. And then you're ready to plate up. Add some ketchup, or in my case, salsa. And I'm calling that dinner. I hope you love it. Let me know. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.